We're going to devote our energies to sports and gardening, all the cultural pursuits as far as they're concerned. In fact, we're going to put the goons to sleep. Meanwhile, we dig.
Here we go again.
This is Burn Power in Tbilisi, Georgia, coming to you on a rather mild evening here. We have had some, I wouldn't call it cold, but cooler weather, the kind of weather that makes Georgians shiver, but not me. I wanted to discuss what makes music great. Now, I'm going to follow this up eventually with what makes music bad, because I really do believe there's such a thing as good music and bad music, and it's not all in the listener's ears. There's something that really happens that makes music work, and there are things that happen which destroy the meaning of music, particularly in the commercial sphere. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a set of songs. As you can see, this is going to be somewhat about an hour long or so. And I'm just going to, we're going to watch the entire video. I'm going to get hit by copyrights on everything here. So if you wish to support what I'm doing, I don't get any cash from YouTube at all. So the only way I get it is if you choose to donate, and you can donate through PayPal, link below. And if you make a $50 or more contribution, or a $10 or more a month, you will get about 10 hours of extras, audio extras. So that's just something. Hey, you can also subscribe if you're already a channel subscriber. Yeah, hit like. Can't hurt, and it might help someone else find this video, particularly people who are interested in good music. And what makes music great? Well, obviously there's no one set of rules for this, and we're not going to listen to one kind of music. And in fact, we're not listening to my favorites. There are about 5 of these songs that I would put in my top 100 of all times if I ever had a list like that. But a lot of this was dependent on what I could find on YouTube, and in fact, I'm going to put the links down below so you can go look for these things yourself and watch them isolated from this, but do watch the entire video. If you're not the kind of person who likes watching people sing or music videos, then you can just put it on and listen to what's going on. I've been attracted to many, many kinds of music over the years. There is no one style. People often say, well, what do you listen to the most? Well, I go through different periods. And I've gone through periods of listening to blues and movie soundtracks, and of course rock and roll, particularly garage rock from the 1960s, but also garage rock revival. But heck, on a good day I can listen to heavy metal or country or rap music. I can listen to Baroque dance music. I can listen to almost anything. If I get myself in a certain mindset, I can do that. One of the things that I have perennially liked is old gospel music. And I specifically say old gospel music because a lot of the new stuff is sometimes a little too performative, a little too dramatic. Whereas the older stuff, yeah, it's got emotion to it, but it's also got a lot of heart. And it's not the florid, mellissimas and grace notes floating all over the place, that have unfortunately become the signature of too much gospel music today. There was a whole style of group singers, harmony singers, kind of the black version of barbershop quartets. If you watch my video on minstrel music, I talk about some of the origins of these things there. But this is a group simply called the Jubalaires, a group of guys harmonizing, singing about Noah in the Bible. And this is great.
But it's over and over. Oh, Noah, oh, Noah, God's gonna ride on the winning tide. But it's over and over. Oh, Noah, oh, Noah, God's gonna ride on the winning tide. Brother Noah, my God's talking, said he would ride on the wind and tide. Hey, children, stop still and listen to me. God walked down to the brandy sea. He declared that the Eve was the sin for man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah stopped. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind and tide. It's oh, Noah, oh, Noah. Oh, Noah, God's gonna ride on the wind and tide. Well, it's a oh, Noah, oh, Noah, oh, Noah, God's gonna ride on the wind and tide. God's gonna ride on the wind and tide. God's gonna ride on the wind and tide. Oh, Noah, brother Noah, my God's talking, said he would ride on the wind and tide. Well, after the foundation was laid, then Noah began to hew and build. The ringing of the hammer cried judgment, the hewing of the saw cried sin and repent. 100 years he hammered and sawed, building the ark by the grace of God. When the ark was done, God's voice was heard. He said, now Noah, let me tell you what to do. Call in the animals 2 by 2, so he called them in the ark. 2 by 2, he called the birds, the ox with the kangaroo. Then he called in Japheth, the ham and Shem. Then God began to flood the land. He raised his hands to heaven on high, shook the stars and moon from the sky, shook the mountain, he troubled the sea, hit the wind to his chariot wheel. He stepped on land, stood on the shore, and declared that time there wouldn't be no more. But it's oh, Noah, oh, Noah, oh, Noah, God's gonna ride on the winning tide.
I do tend to find music, well, I think music often, not always, but often has a spiritual relationship. And I think music can make or break a spiritual presence in the room. This is one of the reasons why I so dislike so much contemporary evangelical, but even Catholic music that is played in churches, because it's actually lacking the heart of the thing. It's trying too hard to give everyone gushy feelings and not hard enough to, on the reality. We're going to go on and shift gears quite a bit here from, rock and gospel music. We're going to go into one of my favorite singers who I consider like a fine wine. Very few people know about this singer. Her name is June Tabor. She started off in the English folk and folk rock scene in the 1970s. And this is just from a performance in Germany, live outside of all places. I'm amazed there's no wind sounds on the microphone. But this is her singing an English folk song about a man, his dog, their gun, going into a pub. Very simple stuff. But this to me also gets to something really deep about music. And that deepness has to do with that music can celebrate our daily life. We don't have enough of that anymore, unless you consider your daily life to be the thumping monotony of, electronica, or the kind of your daily life is putting this thing in your ears and walking around with your own soundtrack. I don't think that's the same thing at all. And she does a great job of singing. She is, all of her albums, her voice is just very unique, very deep, but very controlled as well. June Tabor, While the Gamekeeper Lies A-Sleeping. Great English folk music.
This is an English song about a man, a dog, a hare, and getting drunk. This is for my dog, Flynn. Oh, I've got a dog and a good dog too, and he keeps him in me keeping. But I catch those hares that run by night while the gamekeepers lie asleeping. My dog and me went out one night for to learn some education. Up jumped a hare and away she ran right into some large plantation. She had not gone so very far before something stopped her running. Oh, Anton, she loudly cried, stop a minute, your uncle's coming. Now I took out my little penknife and quickly I did punch her. She turned out one of the female kind. How glad am I caught her. I fix her up and smooth her down and I puts her in me keeping. I says to me, dog, it's time to be going while the gamekeepers lie asleeping. Away me and my dog did go back into the town. We took that hare to a labouring man and we sold it for a crown. We went into some public house and there we got quite mellow. For we spent that grand and another one too. Don't you think I'm a good-hearted fellow? Oh, I've got a dog and a good dog too, and it keeps him in me keeping. But I catch those hares that run by night while the gamekeepers lie asleeping.
As long as we're in the zone of English folk music, one of the things I really love is English country dance music. It's just these very simple major minor key dance tunes that were collected. The best of them were collected by Playford. It was John Playford who had books that he had collected of these tunes and dances. And in fact, there used to be in English villages the dance master. I love this concept. And this guy would go around and teach people the dances so that when they had a ball, when they had a festival, when they had a celebration, the people knew the steps. This is one thing that's totally missing now. And unfortunately, I have had people say, well, I've gone to English country dance classes. And, and other people have talked about, yeah, we do line dancing or we do this. And some of that is a lot of fun, no doubt. But it's not the same. And that is because when you have to teach people these things, and then, okay, now you know the steps, let's do it. It's not the same as people all knowing it. And this being a regular part of people's, like someone who was telling me how much she really liked English country dance music, and she would go to these lessons and such. I just felt like, yeah, it's in this little box of people who do this as a hobby. What kind of hobby? I want dancing back in reality. And what I've done is, this is actually something I've put together here. I've put a few clips of, shall we call it, antique dancing. From different older recreations of film. None of these dances go with the Playford tune. I just did it to show you that dancing used to be filled with joy. And, there's that word again. And speaking of joy, one of the things, and I think I'm going to do a whole video on this, I have been noticing a strange phenomena happening down in lower Italy, not in Sicily, but in the heel of the boot, like in the Calabria region. And there's this whole thing called Neotarantismo. And that's the name of the style. It's been going for about 20 years. It doesn't seem to have escaped at all. That is to say, it's just happening amongst the people there. And it's related back to ancient tarantellas. I'm not going to go into an entire explanation of what's going on here. This dance is called the pizzica, which involves, for instance, women going around with shawls or kerchiefs or whatever and dancing with them. But it's a very joyful thing. There's the word again. And what's interesting to me about this is that this brings all of the different people from this region of southern Italy together. So the older people and the people who are kind of remember other periods of times. It kind of connects to other kinds of music revivals that have been happening in Europe. But more importantly, the younger people are doing this. And in fact, they have festivals for this stuff, at least once or twice a year in different places. And these are really well attended, and everyone's dancing, and it's not about electronic music. Are you getting a theme here? It's not the alienation of the club world, where you have darkness and huge booming speakers that force you to dance. It's something much more natural. So we're going to listen to a group called Ballatti, Tutti, Quanti. I think that's right. And the song is called Sponganese. There you go. Let's listen to it.
Forese chiara, tutte le belle de forese chiara. Cristo porteggi via, Cristo porteggi via, Cristo porteggi via, io più briava, io più briava, io più briava, Cristo porteggi via, io più briava.
Passai già che cia e io piano piano lì, e io piano piano lì, io piano piano lì di Siceai, di Siceai, di Siceai, io piano piano lì di Siceai. Bire chiui, e già mi disse ciao, bire chiui, e la mamma m'ha battuta, la mamma m'ha battuta, la mamma m'ha battuta e che non lo sai, che non lo sai, che non lo sai, la mamma m'ha battuta e che non lo sai. Te giochi in cenno, se passa un'altra piada, te giochi in cenno, e te zicco sul tarazzo, te zicco sul tarazzo, te zicco sul tarazzo, e te ne porto, e te ne porto, e te ne porto, te zicco sul tarazzo, e te ne porto. Non posso uscire, casa la bella mia, non posso uscire, e per le vicine ca, per le vicine ca, per le vicine ca, c'è sulle porte, c'è sulle porte, c'è sulle porte, per le vicine ca, c'è sulle porte. Una nube scura, Dio mio fa comparire, una nube scura, e acqua minutella, acqua minutella, acqua minutella, e tu forte, e tu forte, e tu forte, acqua minutella, e tu forte. Mi fa paura, così la gente se mi fa paura, e se la beggia mia, e se la beggia mia, e se la beggia mia, ma apre le porte, ma apre le porte, ma apre le porte, e se la beggia mia, ma apre le porte. Se dei vetri si fanno i bicchieri, con moschettieri, l'amore si fa. E ho dalla torna che a me piace, Rosina dammi un bacio d'amore. E ho dalla torna che a me piace, Rosina dammi un bacio d'amore. E ho dalla torna che a me piace, Rosina dammi un bacio d'amore. E ho dalla torna che a me piace, Rosina dammi un bacio d'amore.
Wasn't that worth listening to? And like I said, it's not older people doing this. In fact, these festivals bring all sorts of people together. And to me, the best experiences are when they're live And the more direct, the better. By direct, I mean the least mediation, the better. So therefore, in my reckoning, if I am in a room where someone is just singing and there's no microphones whatsoever, and I'm just hearing them sing, that's heaven. Because the more you add microphones, I mean, yeah, sometimes you really need them, obviously, but it's still, the more degrees of mediation, the less it becomes music, and the more it becomes entertainment, this mysterious quantity. Sometimes people have asked me, obviously, I lived in New York City for 16 years. What was the best music you saw in New York City? And without hesitation, my answer is, there was a group of people from a church called the International House of Prayer, kind of a weird church, but in their church, they do black gospel music. They do black gospel instrumental music. They do black gospel instrumental music on trombones. I love it. It's just absolutely, the word I'm going to use, joyful. And I would see these people in Times Square, and I found a recording. I left New York City in '96. They were doing it then. This is from 2013. This is it. This is what music should be, and this is why this beats all. I saw the Ramones play. I saw U2 play. I saw Endless Friends playing in clubs like CBGB's. This is it. One of the things that I've come to understand is the importance of dance music. And by dance music, I don't mean techno, disco, electronica, because all of that is extremely alienated. Like I said, it's the dark club, it's the booming speakers, it's almost forcing you to move or get out of the area. And you know, I can find pieces of music that I really like that are in that style. I like, electronic music. I like Plastic Man, or Moby had his day, or, I've heard some in Georgia that I like. But to me, there's a tacit admission that this isn't the real thing. This is just us playing with computer toys, If I go back in time, and I can, to the Baroque era, one of the things that I've done is I've discovered how much of Baroque music was dance music. And a lot of people don't understand it, but people like a great musician who plays the viol da gamba, Jordi Savall out of Catalonia in Spain, has been doing resuscitating the music of the past, what's called ancient music. Ancient music is basically Baroque, Renaissance, and medieval, and we don't know about much before in Western culture. But one of the pieces that I love, and I have a recording that is just one of the dearest recordings I have, it's of a piece called La Folia. And this is one of his performances of La Folia. La Folia was a dance. It was done in Portugal, just like the tarantellos were done in Italy, but also they were done in Spain. But La Folia, particularly in the Baroque era, was very important. But I love the fact that the way the melodies wind. But I would love to have seen this done in the Baroque era and people dancing to it. And interestingly enough, we do have the dance steps to this. Maybe someday I'll do something more on this. But let's listen to a live performance, Jordi Savall doing improvisations on La Folia. And improvisations is the key. A lot of times people, I know a lot of the Baroque music I heard growing up was kind of stiff. And it was Jordi Savall, among others, who realized that, oh no, this is not how they performed the music. They performed it with lots of improvisations, and it was never this static sort of like regular thing. It was lively. It was celebratory. Jordi Savall, La Folia. So there you are, Jordi Savall, La Folia, one of my favorite pieces of music ever, particularly the recording. And this was the Rodrigo Martinez version of the tune. There are so many La Folias. He's put out several albums alone of just La Folia variations, from Bach to Corelli. But the Martinez one, Rodrigo Martinez, is just like that's just amazing. And there's another group that does not better, but an alternative version of the same thing that's just like, I mean, I just say to myself, wow, people used to seriously dance and to find meaning and harmony and purpose in their dance. Whereas today, people just move. There's something quite tragic about dance in the late 20th, early 21st century. Every now and then I will find a video online that just someone got out their camera or whatever, their phone, and they just captured friends doing something. And this is one of those Russian girls on a Russian train who are singing a song together. And again, this is the real thing. If you're picking up something that makes great music for me, it's not mediated that much. It is music from the heart. It is music that expresses things that are important to the people singing it. So, again, these are no particular singers. They're anonymous, which is the way I think a lot of music really should be. The star system and the huge concerts and the microphones really has killed so much of the meaning of music and created these superstars and people we worship. Whereas music was about bringing us together. Music wasn't the meaning of life. Music talked about the meaning of life. Russian girls, take it away.
За тихой рекою в березовой роще распустится первый весенний цветок, и я загадаю желание попроще, и перекрестившись, взгляну на восток. Окрасится небо багряной зарею, и вечное солнце над миром зайдет, и белая птица взлетит над землею, и Божье прощение с небес принесет, и белая птица взлетит над землею, и Божье прощение с небес принесет, и что-то большое откроется сердцу, такое, что жизнью моей не объять, и станет спокойно и сладко, как в детстве, когда обнимала меня моя мать, и станет спокойно и сладко, как в детстве, когда обнимала меня моя мать. Молитва святая слезами прольется, Христовой любовью исполнится грусть, и в это мгновение душа прикоснется к великой вселенной по имени Русь.
And in that spirit, here's a guy named Tadeusz Woźniak. And this is from Poland. This is actually the official video from the early 1970s of Tadeusz, Teddy, can we call him Teddy, singing this song. And I love this song. And it's got a very definitely an early 70s film. And it's a song about the mortality, a song about the shortness of life and death. What more could I ask for? Yeah, I love songs, of course. But this is just great, and the images that go with it. It's a different kind of thing than what we've been listening to, more polished as a recording, but really fascinating as far as what it's communicating. And keep in mind, this was during the time when the communists were sitting on Poland and really, pressuring them to do things. And I think a lot of this comes out of that in one way or another.
Kiedy przyjdzie także po mnie zegarmistrz światła purpurowy, by mi zabełtać błękit w głowie, to będę jasny i gotowy. Spłyną przeze mnie dni na przestrzał, zgasną podłogi i powietrza. Na wszystko jeszcze raz popatrzę i pójdę nie wiem gdzie na zawsze. A kiedy przyjdzie także po mnie zegarmistrz światła purpurowy, by mi zabełtać błękit w głowie, to będę jasny i gotowy. Spłyną przeze mnie dni na przestrzał, zgasną podłogi i powietrza. Na wszystko jeszcze raz popatrzę i pójdę nie wiem gdzie na zawsze. Spłyną przeze mnie dni na przestrzał, zgasną podłogi i powietrza. Na wszystko jeszcze raz popatrzę i pójdę nie wiem gdzie na zawsze.
This is a Russian singer named Pelageya, and she has an amazing voice. She started off doing a lot of folk music. This is a more, shall we say, dramatic presentation of a song about a dying soldier and the mud and the weeds and all this stuff. Very Russian kind of themes. I don't claim to know what it's all about, although I have looked at the lyrics, but I'm just playing this for you. I'm not trying to get into what the songs all mean. But also accompanying her is another Russian singer, a Ukrainian singer, and a Georgian singer. And they're singing with such dramatic tension and such harmonies. This is just a powerful piece of music. This is from 2012, Pelageya.
Казак раненый лежал, ой, да под зеленой. Казак раненый лежал, прилетела птица моя, начала каркать над кустом, над ним явился черный ворон, чуя лакомый кусок. Ты не каркай, черный ворон, над моей головой, ой, да черный ворон, я казак еще живой. Ты слетай-ка, черный ворон, к отцу, к матери домой, передай платок кровавый моей жидке да молодой. Ты скажи-ка, черный ворон, что женился да на другой, что нашел себе невесту в чистом поле за рекой. Была свадьба тихо, смирно, под ракитовым кустом, ой, да, тихо, смирно, под ракитовым кустом. Была сваха сая блявостра, штык булатный был дружком, ой, да, сабля востра, штык булатный был дружком. Поженила поля быстро, обвенчала мать земля. Ой, да,
One of my favorite singers that nobody seems to know, certainly anymore, is the Breton, Welsh, Irish, what should we call her, Celtic singer named Katell Keineg. And she was born in Brittany, in France, but then moved to Wales, grew up there, and has spent quite a bit of her time in Ireland as well. This is one of the things I always regret, she was in New York City when I was there and playing in clubs, and I could have seen her, and I picked up her album and only started listening to it after I left, and then I realized, oh man, I would have loved to have seen her play. This is a song off of her second album called Jet, and this is her performing it live. It's called There You Go. What's interesting about this is it's actually, she incorporates elements of the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice in this. And it's a slow, beautiful song about longing and loss. And it is quite beautiful. I really love her voice. And it's a shame people like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Katy Perry and Lady Gaga became important, while someone like this from the late 90s or early aughts was thrown into the bargain bins. Katell Keineg.
There you go now, swinging down the boulevard. A miracle, that's what you are. All night I've been watching you breathe, and it's hard to conceive of anything making me feel gladder. There you go, falling on your feet, shake yourself, make yourself reinstate the wall. My oh my now, everybody wants to know, what is it that kicks up in your throat? Could ever wanna make, and maybe more okay. I know you hear me, gracious Mary, 'cause I held out my hand and you gave it to me. Take more of that, now you just go, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. pretty monologue. I don't have words that dazzle, flipping forward from my tongue. But all in all, I love you, darling. Is that enough? Can you take it? Undefined devotion. Hand it to you in the rough. There you go now. There you go now. There you go. There you go. Down the boulevard, the avenue, the rail track, the runway, the white lines, the white lines, those white lines. I don't know why I did it, but I did. I don't know why I did it, but I did. Now I must return to the underworld. I turn. There you go now, swinging down the boulevard. A miracle, that's what you are. I was a free man.
Okay, just a couple more songs. That was Katell Keineg, a very kind of quiet but intense song, but not nearly as intense as the next song. This is a Jewish cantor. A cantor is essentially a singing rabbi in the Jewish tradition. And he is doing a Kaddish, which is a death service. And this is Cantor Yosselle Rosenblatt is considered by many to be probably the greatest cantor that we know of that ever lived. His voice, in fact, he appears in the Al Jolson movie, The Jazz Singer. There is one bit of footage of him singing in that. He also, Enrico Caruso, the great opera singer, said that his favorite singer was Rosenblatt. And this song is from, I believe, the 1920s. It was actually on a double-sided disc, and you're getting both sides of it here. And the thing about these great cantors who sang, particularly the ones from the 30s and the 20s, and particularly the ones in Europe, is many of them were taken away by the Holocaust. And so there was a period there of great musicians in the Jewish tradition who essentially were gone. And that era will never come back. So, this is called Ribono Shel Olom, Cantor Yosselle Rosenblatt. And for me, this is a prayer, a mourning of the 20th century, a prayer of mourning for the 20th century, even though it was done at near the beginning of the 20th century. To me, for all the things that happened in the 20th century, this thing gets to the heart of them. And I do beg you to spend time listening to this, because it's deep. It's really deep. And near the end, he hits a falsetto note that is just like, sends chills through me. And I originally found his music while looking through literally underneath shelves in a Jewish paraphernalia store on the Lower East Side before most of them went out of business. And I asked the guy, hey, do you have any old records here? And he goes like, maybe. And he pulls this box out. They were albums. This was originally on a 78 RPM record, but these were albums on 33. And this is what I discovered on one of these albums. But the albums were from the 1960s, and I found them in the 1990s. So.
Ribono Shel Olom, Ribono Shel Olom, Ribono Shel Olom, Ribono Shel Olom, Ribono Shel Olom. Tutti vissuno agli dei moishi yavechu, tutti vissuno agli dei moishi yavechu. Lisevaer, liis boisi firat, huaoimer. Kidei Letareinu miklipo Israenu. Kidei letareinu miklipo Israenu, mitumo Israenu. Kemoi shigvosavavtu, shigvosavtu bisoiro esecho. Artem lochem mi macharat ha-Shabbos, mi yoim aviyach mesoy meratnufu, mi yoim aviyach mesoy meratnufu. Sheva Shabbos oisim mi moisieno, ad mi machras ha-Shabbos ha-Shviyes. Yisperocha mi shemeyom. Ribono Shel Olom, Tutti vissuno agli dei moishi yavechu, lispoisi firasu oimer. Kidei letareinu miklipo Israenu, omitumo Israenu. Kemoi shegosavtu bisoiro esecho. Usepartim luchem mimacharat ha-Shabbos, mi yoim aviyachem esoy meratnufu. Sheva Shabbos oisim mi moisieno, ahad mi machros ha-Shabbos, ha-Shabbos ha-Sheviyes. Tisperu chamishim yom. Kidei sheyitaharu nafsho yisamku yisrovel mezuvam utzom. Ovechei yirutzu milfunechu, ovechei yirutzu miyerponechu. Ovechei yirutzu milfunechu, Ribono Shel Olom. ובכן ירוצוי מפונך ובכן ירוצוי מפונך ולכן ירוצוי מפונך ריבונוי ריבונוי שלה ירוצוי מפונך עד השם אלוהינו לאלוהי יבוא יסרנו שבזכות ספירתו אמר שספרתי היום יסוכן יסוכן מה שבוגרתי אוי מה שבוגרתי ביספירו ויתוהר ויתקדש בקדושו של מעלו בקדושו של מעלו ויתוהר ויתקדש בקדושו של מעלו בקדושו של מעלו ועל ידי זה ישפע שפרו בכל אוהלו מועד ולסכין את נפשו יסרנו ורוחו יסרנו ונהיה שמו יסרנו מכל הסיק מכל סיק ופגע ולסכין את נפשו יסרנו נפשו יסרנו ורוחו יסרנו ורוחו יסרנו ונשמו יסרנו מכל הסיק מכל הסיק ולצערנו ולקדשנו ולטהרנו קדשנו בקדושתו ובעליינו ולטהרנו ולקדשנו בקדושתו ובעליינו
And there you are. Depth, meaning. And we're going to end, of course, I couldn't end without playing something from Georgia. This is actually a performance I recorded myself with Giorgi Ushikishvili and some of the people who are in his class learning Georgian folk songs. This is a Kahetian song, and this is called Orovela. And I just give this to you to end with. This song, how old is it? It could be hundreds and hundreds of years old. And the Kahetian style in Georgia has men singing a drone together while the singer kind of weaves back and forth around it. And this kind of puts everything together. It's joyful, but it's also deep. And that, to me, it's those qualities of depth, joy, celebration, connecting with our daily lives with as least mediation as possible is what makes music great and real. Thanks for listening today. I hope you enjoyed this. A little different than usual, but I want to start doing more with music, and I've been asked to, and I figured this is a nice way to begin, by letting you actually hear some complete pieces. Like I say, I'm going to be hit by all sorts of copyrights on this stuff. Yeah, I don't care. I don't think there's anything that's going to cancel, cheapers. I could copyright myself, because it's from another channel of mine, Gravity from Above. Well, this is the Anadromist saying, swim against that stream. Don't do what everybody does. Learn to use your brain, learn to think, learn to use your heart and your brain in tandem together. We will meet again.
When I go, I want you to give me 5 minutes. I told you boys I'm no escape artist. For the first time, I like the odds.
At the round earth's imagined corners. Blow your trumpets, angels, and arise, arise from death, you numberless infinities of souls.
There you go now, swinging down the boulevard.